Hey everyone, we are back out here, Music City RC. I have the Yokomo ready to run with me. We're going to be doing some laps in close to stock configuration here around their carpet track to feel exactly how good is this thing still. Is it still a better ready to run? Let's get in here and give it some laps. For this run today, as a reminder, I've actually had to upgrade the servo and the gyro so far because within the first battery, the factory gyro did die on me. So we are to the Yokomo DP302 gyro. It didn't like the factory servo, so I had to put a Rev D RSST servo in it. Otherwise, as it sits right now, this is going to be exactly stock. These are the tires that came on it. I've actually never used them because I wanted to use them here on the carpet first. This is going to be with the brushed motor and the nickel battery. I'm very curious to see how much runtime we got of it. I also still have the stock pinion on here, so a lot of folks are concerned about total wheel speed with this motor. I did bring a few other pinions that are a little bit bigger just in case, so we can actually up the total gearing on this and get some more wheel speed if we need to. This is still running the friction shocks stock springs. Literally have done nothing to this car except for the necessary gyro and servo because the factory one did die on me. We still do, as a reminder, have those running with the factory radio. So I'm going to get the body on here, we're going to turn some laps and see how this car does. this is really, really interesting. I have driven this now for, I think I've been here for like an hour. Still on brushed motor, still on this same charge of this nickel metal battery. So there was a lot of folks out there that said you can't run a nickel metal battery, they just don't last very long. So far I haven't found that to be true. So can you come to a drift track and drive for a long time on this battery? Yes, 100% with what's in the box you can run. Second thing I found out is a lot of folks said they're worried about, because it was brushed, it'd be too slow. Well, at the end of the day, based on the gearing that's in here, I wouldn't be able to pull my typical drift car, I don't think. Of course, the typical drift car is lighter weight, more power, it's gonna be faster. But the truth is, the car's doing really well, has plenty of power to hit all the clipping points around this track at ease, basically. There's a little bit, I probably get almost, I get more full throttle to the front stretch than I probably would like. If this was gonna be where the car is driven predominantly, I think I would just put a pinion with a couple more teeth on it and call it good. The fact that it has a little bit smaller pinion, a little bit less wheel speed, it's probably really good for beginners, which is what this is geared at. So the brushed motor system, the nickel metal battery, it's really good for beginners. I'm not sad about that at all. These tires, which are still a completely unknown compound of Yokomo tire, I'm still very happy with. Has good traction, good predictability, which again is the most important thing for our new folks out there. Good predictability here on the carpet. Now, of course, if you're new and you're watching this, you don't want to run these tires on a concrete or an asphalt and get them all scuffed up and then try to come to something like this with a carpet track. That's bad. You want carpet tires on the carpet track. You want concrete, asphalt, other surfaces on those other surfaces. Gyro and servo setup I have in here has been working well, even with the factory controller and setup like that. I do believe, once I go back and look at the onboard footage, I believe I'm gonna find that the body's dragging. The reason why I say that is when I took the body off to do some laps, the car drove much better, as it turns out, without the body on. And so I'm guessing that certain corners, certain angles, the body's catching in and dragging on the carpet, which means I'm gonna have to either raise the whole car up, which is typically what you do not want to do. Typically you just want to raise up the body on the body mounts a little bit. Unfortunately on the fronts, I've actually already snipped the body off a little bit, the mounts off a little bit, so I might have made myself some trouble there. But you definitely want to check that. I was very surprised how much different the car drove with and without the body, so that's something you want to check. But overall, I've literally made countless laps out here now with this car. It's predictable, it drives well. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Man, for the price that we're talking about, it really does well. Now again, let me just remind you, that is with a gyro and servo upgrade. Only reason why I did that is because the factory gyro fried on me. This is gonna be something you're gonna wanna do anyway long term. So I'm gonna mess around and do some more laps. I still haven't burned this battery down. I wanna see exactly how long it'll last. But I'm gonna send you off over here. I have a whole RC Drift playlist with how to calibrate this Yokomo DP302 V4 gyro. Probably try to leave that video over here, because if you have one of these Yokomo ready to runs, I think I suggest it as the first upgrade that you do. So thank you for watching. We'll see you in that video.